We've been told that to live longer, we must push harder. But what if the most celebrated exercises in fitness are silently eroding your foundation for a long, healthy life? The advice you've been following might be actively working against your longevity goals, especially after 50. I'm going to reveal the 3 exercises you must reconsider because understanding the final one is non-negotiable for anyone who wants to be vibrant and strong at 70, 80, and beyond. Misguided intensity. There is a powerful and I believe a dangerous narrative in our culture around aging and fitness. It's the story of no pain, no gain, extended indefinitely across a human lifespan. We see images of 70-year-olds running marathons, we hear about extreme fitness challenges, and we're told that the key to holding back the tide of time is to simply ramp up the intensity. The intention behind this is noble. It's a fight for vitality, but the biological reality is far more nuanced. What the science is telling us is that the same high-intensity stress that forges resilience in a 30-year-old body can begin to systematically dismantle the health of a 65-year-old body. The exercise I'm talking about is not a single movement, but a method: chronic, high-intensity endurance training without adequate recovery. Think of the person who grinds out an hour of punishing, breathless cardio 5 or 6 days a week, week after week, year after year. Let's look at what is happening inside your body at a cellular level. Your body has 5 remarkable health defense systems, and one of the most critical is your immune system, which is intricately linked to your inflammatory response. Exercise, particularly intense exercise, creates a short-term acute inflammatory state. This is a good thing. It's a process called hormesis. This stress is a signal to your body to repair and rebuild stronger. It's like a controlled fire that clears away old underbrush to allow new growth. However, when you never allow the fire to go out, when you consistently push your body into a state of extreme stress without giving it the deep recovery it needs, that acute inflammation becomes chronic. It smolders, it spreads. This low-grade systemic inflammation is now recognized by researchers as a root cause of almost every major age-related disease: cardiovascular disease, neurodegeneration, and even certain cancers. When you are constantly in that red zone, your adrenal glands flood your system with cortisol, the primary stress hormone. In the short term, cortisol is life-saving. But when it's chronically elevated from relentless overtraining, it begins to have devastating effects. It suppresses your immune system, making you more susceptible to illness. It impairs the growth of new neurons in your brain. And perhaps most critically for longevity, it actively breaks down muscle tissue for energy, the very tissue you are so desperately trying to build and preserve as you age. So you're pushing a boulder up a hill, but for every foot you push it forward, the chronic cortisol release is secretly causing it to slide 2 feet back. You're engaged in a battle of attrition against your own biology, and it is a battle you will eventually lose. Your joints begin to ache, your sleep becomes fragmented, and your energy, ironically, begins to plummet. The powerful replacement for this pattern is not to stop moving, but to move more intelligently. The key is to shift the majority of your cardiovascular training, perhaps 80% of it, into what scientists call Zone 2. This is low-intensity, steady-state exercise. How do you know if you're in Zone 2? You can hold a conversation, you are breathing a little heavier, but you could comfortably speak in full sentences to someone next to you. This could be a brisk walk, a light jog, cycling, or swimming. It doesn't feel heroic. It won't get you a punishing workout selfie for social media. But what it does on a microscopic level is nothing short of miraculous for longevity. Zone 2 training specifically targets and develops your mitochondria. These are the tiny power plants inside every one of your cells. The more numerous and the more efficient your mitochondria are, the better your body is at producing energy and clearing out metabolic waste. Healthy mitochondrial function is one of the true hallmarks of a long, healthy life. It means your body is more metabolically flexible, better able to burn fat for fuel, and more resistant to cellular damage. It lowers your resting heart rate, improves blood pressure, and it does all of this without triggering that dangerous systemic inflammatory cascade. You are sending a gentle, consistent signal to your body to build a more robust, more resilient energy system for the long haul. You're not trying to win a sprint, you are training to gracefully complete the marathon of life. Destructive loading. Now we must turn our attention from the cardiovascular system to the structural system, our bones, our ligaments, and our joints. The dogma for decades has been that to fight age-related muscle loss or sarcopenia and to combat bone density loss or osteopenia, we must lift heavy. And this is fundamentally true. Resistance training is non-negotiable for healthy aging. But just as with cardio, the method by which we apply this principle can either be profoundly protective or profoundly destructive. The second category of exercise you must stop, or at the very least fundamentally reconsider, is ego-driven, heavy lifting with compromised form, particularly on exercises that place extreme, unnatural forces on vulnerable joints. I'm referring specifically to movements like the heavy barbell back squat with a limited range of motion, or the behind-the-neck overhead press, or any lift where the goal becomes simply moving the maximum amount of weight from point A to point B at any cost. Your joints are marvels of biological engineering, but they are not invincible. A joint like your knee or your shoulder is cushioned by a smooth, resilient tissue called articular cartilage. This cartilage has no direct blood supply. It gets its nutrients through a process of compression and release, like a sponge. When you move your joints through their full, healthy range of motion, this pumping action nourishes the cartilage and keeps it healthy. However, when you repeatedly load a joint with extreme weight, often with improper mechanics, think of a knee caving inward during a heavy squat or a shoulder joint being forced into a precarious position, you create shearing forces that the cartilage was never designed to withstand. This doesn't feel like a sponge being gently squeezed and released. It feels like sandpaper grinding away at the delicate surface. This initiates a powerful inflammatory response localized in that joint, which over time degrades the cartilage, leading to osteoarthritis. It's a silent process that can take decades. In your 40s and 50s, you might feel a twinge now and then, which you dismiss as a normal part of working out hard. You might take an anti-inflammatory and push through the next workout. But what you are actually doing is overriding your body's essential warning signals. You are manually and repeatedly damaging a tissue that your body has a very, very limited capacity to heal. This connects directly back to another of your body's key health defense systems, regeneration, which is powered by your stem cells. While your body can repair muscle and even bone to a degree, its ability to regenerate cartilage is exceptionally poor. By consistently choosing exercises or weights that cause joint inflammation, you are placing a demand on your body's regenerative capacity that it simply cannot meet. The damage outpaces the repair year after year until you arrive at a point in your 70s where you have incredible, well-developed quadriceps muscles, but your knees are so worn down that you cannot walk up a flight of stairs without pain. You won the battle for your muscles, but lost the war for your mobility. The scientifically backed, longevity-focused replacement is to shift your mindset from how much can I lift to how well can I move. This means prioritizing functional strength training. It means choosing exercises that mimic the demands of real life and build stability through the entire system. Instead of the heavy barbell back squat, consider a goblet squat, holding a kettlebell or dumbbell at your chest. This naturally forces you into a more upright posture, protects your lower back, and allows you to achieve a deeper, healthier range of motion for your hips and knees. Instead of bilateral loaded movements, incorporate unilateral or single limb exercises. A Bulgarian split squat or a single leg Romanian deadlift does more than just build strength. It challenges your balance, fires up dozens of small stabilizing muscles around your joints, and improves the neural communication between your brain and your body. This is what translates into a body that is resilient to falls, one of the single greatest threats to health and lifespan in later years. The goal is not to build the body of a powerlifter. It is to build the body of a human being who can navigate the world with strength, grace, and freedom from pain for a lifetime. Isolated movements. This brings us to the third and, in many ways, the most pervasive exercise habit that you need to stop. It's not as obviously dangerous as the first two. It doesn't cause breathless exhaustion or searing joint pain. It is subtle, insidious, and it is practiced in nearly every gym around the world by millions of people who believe they are doing something incredibly beneficial for their health. I'm talking about the focus on isolated muscle movements at the expense of whole body compound exercises. This is the workout comprised of endless sets of bicep curls, tricep extensions, lateral raises, leg curls, and most notoriously of all, abdominal crunches and sit-ups. People perform these movements diligently, thinking they are toning or shaping their body, but what they are missing is the profound, systemic, and longevity-promoting signal that they are failing to send. Your body is not a collection of individual parts. It is a fully integrated system. Your muscles are designed to work in synergy, in complex chains of movement. When you perform a compound movement like a deadlift, a kettlebell swing, or even a simple farmer's walk, you are not just working one muscle. You are recruiting hundreds of muscles across your entire body. Your core must brace, your back must stay rigid, your glutes and hamstrings must fire to lift the weight, your grip must engage. This coordinated, large-scale effort sends a massive signal to your brain and to your endocrine system. It's a powerful stimulus that a bicep curl simply cannot replicate. Why does this matter for longevity? Because it powerfully activates several of your key health defense systems at once. First, let's consider angiogenesis, your body's ability to grow and maintain healthy blood vessels. When you engage large muscle groups, you create an enormous demand for oxygen and nutrients. In response, your body releases factors like vascular endothelial growth factor, VEGF, that promote the growth of new, healthy capillaries to feed those working muscles. A robust circulatory system is essential for a long life. It feeds your heart, your brain, and every organ in your body. An isolated movement like a leg extension creates a tiny, localized demand. A compound movement like a squat creates a global systemic demand, essentially telling your entire body to build and reinforce its vital highway system of blood vessels. Secondly, this massive muscular recruitment triggers a far more powerful and beneficial hormonal response. Compound lifting stimulates a healthy release of human growth hormone and testosterone, two key hormones involved in tissue repair, muscle protein synthesis, and maintaining bone density. This hormonal cascade is crucial for driving the adaptation and regeneration that keeps you biologically young. The classic crunch is perhaps the most egregious offender in this category. For decades, we were told that hundreds of crunches were the path to a flat stomach and a strong core. What the science of biomechanics now clearly shows is that repeated spinal flexion, the very motion of a crunch, can place enormous stress on the discs in your lumbar spine. Furthermore, it does almost nothing to build the kind of functional core strength that actually protects your back and enhances your movement. Your core is not just your abs, it is a 360-degree corset of muscle designed to resist movement and transfer force. A simple plank, a bird dog, or a dead bug exercise where the goal is to keep your spine stable and neutral is infinitely more effective and safer for building a truly strong protective core than 1,000 crunches. You are replacing an isolated, potentially damaging movement with an integrated, stabilizing one. So the action here is to reevaluate your workout and flip the ratio. Make 80 to 90% of your strength training focus on the big primal compound movements: squatting, hinging, pushing, pulling, and carrying. A workout built on goblet squats, Romanian deadlifts, push-ups, bent-over rows, and farmer's walks will do more for your long-term health, your hormonal balance, your metabolism, and your real-world strength than any combination of isolated machine exercises ever could. Your muscles, particularly your large leg and glute muscles, are the largest metabolic sinks in your body. By training them effectively, you are creating a powerful sponge for blood glucose, dramatically improving your metabolic health and reducing your risk of type 2 diabetes. You're not just training muscles, you're building a better, more robust biological system from the inside out. You're investing in a body that doesn't just look fit, but one that is deeply and resiliently healthy for the rest of your life. Your body's blueprint. As we bring this together, a clear principle emerges. The shift in exercise for longevity is a shift from punishing the body to communicating with the body. It's about moving away from the ego-driven pursuit of more weight, more reps, and more exhaustion, and moving towards the intelligent application of stress to activate your body's own incredible built-in systems for health and repair. It's realizing that after the age of 50 or 60, our workouts should not be a war against our bodies, but a collaboration with them. We are no longer simply building muscle. we are curating our biology. We are sending precise signals to our mitochondria to become more efficient, to our circulatory system to grow more robust, to our stem cells to prioritize repair, and to our hormones to maintain a youthful anabolic state. The three changes we've discussed are synergistic. By replacing chronic high-intensity cardio with a foundation of Zone 2 training, you reduce systemic inflammation, creating a better environment for recovery and repair. By swapping destructive, heavy loads for functional, well-formed movements, you protect your joints, ensuring your mobility and freedom from pain for decades to come. And by prioritizing compound, whole-body exercises over isolated movements, you create the most powerful possible stimulus for positive hormonal changes, metabolic health, and the systemic reinforcement of your entire biological infrastructure. This isn't about giving up or taking it easy. It is about becoming more precise, more strategic, and ultimately more effective in our quest for a long and, more importantly, a high-quality life. Your one takeaway today should be this: audit your workout with a new set of eyes. For each movement you do, ask yourself a simple question. Is this building a resilient, functional body for my 80-year-old self, or is this just feeding my ego today? The goal of exercise is not to end up as the strongest person in the retirement home. The goal is to not be in the retirement home at all. It is to be out in the world, traveling, playing with your grandchildren, carrying your own groceries, and living with a sense of physical freedom and confidence. It's about building a body that is not a source of limitation, but a powerful vehicle for experiencing a full and vibrant life for as long as possible.